motherfuckers. I ain't a Giant fan, but all my New Yorkers support the G-Man. Went up the CenturyLink, handle that business. Slow down Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Carson, Tyler Lockett. Shut down. 17-12, G-Man, motherfuckers. Arod Sports. Let's get it popping, baby. Woo! What a weekend of sports, man. Wow, man. But I have to set it off with the G-Man. But before we get started, shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H everything, Syndicate Radio, TV, D, Beeman, Credit Fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix. Pro Quick Print. Don't forget to go to Instagram. Check my boy out. Pro Quick Print. Hit him up on Instagram. He got mad stuff on it. Custom shit. All the Al York Sports apparel, etc. Go to Pro Quick Print. And like I said, if you need advertising on anything, insurance, selling teams or jerseys or handicapping, hit me up and I'll get y'all going. I promise y'all. And with that, let's get this show started because there's so much to do in so little time. So we're going to start off. Let me see what I'm going to start off first. Let's start off with the G-Man since I'm at it right now. Ralphie Ralph, all you Giant fans. Ralph Sanchez, Venner, Rashid Brown, my man Suge. All you Giant fans, I'm telling you right now, if you don't share this video, don't ever expect me to do a Giant video for y'all again. I'm dead ass about this because it's hard for me to do this because I'm a Cowboy fan and we in the same fucking division. So show some fucking love like I'm doing to y'all, bro. Giants ran up the CenturyLink. Without their starting QB, their starting running back, Colt McCoy went in there, did enough to win the game, didn't really turn the ball over. Defense was stout. Defense looked like the Super Bowl defense that contained Tom Brady on 2 separate occasions. That's how good the defense was. They befundled Russell Wilson. He was out there looking like he didn't know what the fuck is going on with their high-power offense that they got with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You know what I'm saying? They are deep in every aspect. Carson was back, so there's no excuses. Pete Carroll did not have his players prepared. I had a 3-team 10-point teaser. I had Arizona up to 13, the Dolphins pick them, and I had Seattle to win by 1, and the Giants knocked off my ticket, man. And you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to make a video. Seattle, y'all sold out. There's no reason you should have lost this game under the circumstances. Y'all better team. Y'all were at home, and Giants are handicapped. 2 key players out. Colt McCoy led the charge for the Giants to win 17-12 at CenturyLink. Let me give you Russell Wilson's numbers before I move on. Russell Wilson went 27 for 43, 263, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. For a lot of quarterbacks, that's a real nice day. For Russell Wilson, that's a below average day for my man Russell the Muscle Wilson. Let's move on to the next subject. Salute to the G-Man. Y'all better share my video. Other news. Finally, the Eagles have benched Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts. I mean, Wentz been like real horrible, man. There's no other way to put it. He's like the only starting quarterback in the East of the NFC that still was quarterback, and everybody else either got benched or is hurt. So that made me feel the Eagles had the best chance to win that division because they going in with they got. You know, Cowboys, Prescott's hurt. Haskins got benched. Dimes is hurt. And I said Washington. So saying this, and the Eagles got their starting quarterback who was a potential MVP a couple years ago. And, you know, you just stinking up the joint. You know, I understand your offensive line is horrible. Your wide receivers ain't getting separation. I understand that. But you still supposed to make something happen. You looking horrible out there, Wentz. And Peterson gave you enough rope to hang. Peterson should have been done this. But I still think he should alternate possessions, not just flip quarterbacks. So I like that he bringing Hurts second half. And I hope the next game he start to alternate, you know, both of them on possessions. Because you don't want to just pull out Wentz and then throw in Hurts. And then Hurts stinks it up just like Wentz. So then where you at if you're the Eagles? But if you alternate possession, you give both of them the fair opportunity to see who belongs on that spot. And if Hurts outshines them, then Hurts your guy. I mean, if he's proving it on the field, he's got to be your guy. But right now, the Eagles are at 3-8, and they 3-8-1, and they playing horrible football. I don't see no playoffs in their future. I know my man had them to win. I had the Cowboys to win, but at least I got an excuse. My quarterback's down. What's the Eagles' excuse? Absolutely nothing. Let's go to the next subject. Oh, what a game by the Washington football team, who don't have a last name. Went up to Heinz Field yesterday, was down 14-0. I'm like, damn, these Steelers ain't never going to lose a game. They ain't never going to lose a game. No. Right before the first half, Alex Smith did something. He ran over the ball. I don't know if it ended up working for him or not. I still thought they had time to get that field goal attempt off, but that made it where they definitely had time. That field goal was big because it made it 14-3 going into the half, kind of flipped momentums. Second half, all Washington. Washington dominated the second half by outscoring the undefeated Steelers 23-3 in the second half. And, the Steelers are a real good team. The reason why I knew they were going to lose a game, because how are you going to get plus 350, plus 400 that they're going to go undefeated? You know that wasn't going to happen. I didn't know that this was the game they were going to lose, but I knew they would lose eventually. But the Washington team played a hell of a game. Ron Rivera got that young defense playing. Sweat is playing his ass off. Young is playing his ass off. Breland, them guys are balling, man. And I like the Washington defense, and I like the fact they got a veteran quarterback in Alex Smith. I didn't know what you was getting out of Alex. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I knew Alex was going to be back to his old ways. And he's still not really back, but he's seeming more comfortable every week. And he's got a lot of, weapons. He's got McLaurin. He got Gibson running back. He's got weapons. You know what I mean? He got the young boy, too, the tight end, that ex-quarterback from Va Tech. I can't even see. I always forget a name. Every show I do, I forget like one name. But that tight end is a beast. He also can throw the ball because he was an ex-quarterback. Made a big catch to the 1-yard line when they were down 14-3. And the Redskins are coming. And even if they don't make the playoffs, it looks real good for them going into the future, especially with Haskins not stepping up. That was big. They expected a lot out of Haskins. Alex is holding it down until they get somebody who can replace Alex in the future. Great win for the Washington team, 23-17 at Heinz Field, beat an undefeated 11-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Salute to Washington. Other news. We got about 7 minutes left. 6 QBs in the NFL had thrown for 400 touchdowns passes before Aaron Rodgers. Before Aaron Rodgers reached that milestone this Sunday of hitting 400. But you know what? Ain't nobody doing faster than Rodgers. So that means a lot. If Rodgers can stay healthy, and he will play a lot of more years, he could go down as the leading touchdown passer ever, even topping TB12 and Drew Brees. But of course, he's going to have to play a lot of more years to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So he passed Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, Brett Favre, and Phillip Rivers. Salute to Aaron Rodgers, my guy. Great quarterback. Even though there's a lot of games, every once in a while he looks like he got no emotions. He be playing with no emotions. But the guy's the truth, man. Right now he's got a good head coach that got X and O's. You know what I mean? And he's dialing it up, and hitting Adams are clicking. Jones is running the rock. If they could step their defense up, and their defense could get more stops, then they'll be Super Bowl contenders. But right now, their defense is at best suspect. Now, let me go to the football game over here. You got the Ravens right now. They just scored a touchdown. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. Right now, it's 24-10. Baltimore Ravens on that bomb right there by Lamar Jackson. Look at the catch. 2 feet in bounds. What a review. Everybody can see it. Touchdown, Baltimore. My Cowboys look like they're about to fuck up again. That's just the Cowboys. But you know what? I'd rather not make the playoffs, get a real good draft pick, change our coach, change it all up, and come out strong with Dak Prescott next year if we could resign Dak Prescott. That's yet to be seen. But if we could resign Prescott and he's 100%, get a good draft pick, get good coaches that know how to coach these players that got game, but they just not being coached correctly. Cowboys will definitely win the division next year, but that's something I said this year, so it is what it is, man. Fucking Cowboys, man. Let me go to other news. Let me go to the boxing match. Errol Spence, I'm sweating bullets. Y'all, you got to work with me, man. I work hard, man. Y'all, like I said, y'all have no clue what I do before the show. That's why this show here was delayed a bit. Excuse me for the show being delayed. It's too much for me to do in too little time. That's my saying. Errol Spence was a big favorite on Saturday. He was minus 500. Garcia was plus 400. If you was a betting man, you have to bet Garcia, because who's going to lay the 500 unless you like a dumb handicapper. Now, if you took that 500 and you parlayed it, let's say with a baseball game, a football game, or a basketball game, then I can see the madness of doing that. But to do it straight up, no. Spence proved to be sharper, stronger, and better. He was better in every aspect of the fight that you could be better. And he was just too much for Garcia. And a lot of y'all like, I told you, Al. I told you, Spence. Let me tell you something. You ain't tell me shit. You picked a 5-1 favorite. Do you know what that means? Let me break down what a 5-1 favorite means. That means if it was in percentages, Spence had an 80 to 83% chance of winning that fight. If you put 83% and 17% in one side, and I grab my wife that knows nothing about sports, and I'd be like, honey, come here. Spence got an 83% chance of winning. Garcia has a 17 chance of winning. Who do you like with them percentages, baby? She'll easily say Spence. So all of y'all talk about, I told you, you ain't tell me nothing. You want to act like you know something? Give me a football game with the point spread or a basketball game with the point spread. Then I'll give you some props. But don't try to get props on a 5-1 favorite. All right? I specifically said Spence was better, but I said Garcia had a punching chance. Was I lying? Garcia can hit. He couldn't get to Spence. And let me give you some numbers real quick. Total punches landed, 187 for Spence, 117 for Garcia. Percentage was 26% Spence, 17% for Garcia. And the jabs alone, Spence landed 84 to Garcia's 14th. That's why Spence won by unanimous decision. Unified world welterweight champion. Errol Spence continues to move on. And like I said, I think Errol Spence could run through that whole shit. My thing is, when you going to stand up and fight Bud Crawford? That's what I want to know. Fight Bud, get that Bud shit out the way. You already proved that you could run through that division, Errol Spence. And like I said, I'm not going to call you the truth until you fight Bud Crawford and beat him. You ain't going to get that name from me. I'm going to call you the boogeyman. Because like I said, I can't name somebody the truth when they ducking somebody. And I'm going to leave that just like that there. All right, and other news. Let's go back to football real quick. A minute and change left. Baker Mayfield's looking real good ever since OBJ got injured. So they won 4 games in a row, and he's playing stout football. So what that's telling me is that Odell Beckham is a cancer to Mayfield. It's almost like he feels he has to throw the ball to Odell Beckham instead of playing his game. Right now, Baker Mayfield's playing his game. Like I said, they were killing the Tennessee Titans by like 20-some points late in the game and let the Titans come back, and they end up winning 41-35 because they took their foot off the pedal. But we all know they spanked them early when it counted. Great win for the Cleveland Browns, who are truly balling right now. I mean, these guys are fucking balling. And if you ask me, I'll be looking to trade OBJ in the offseason. Try to get, a number 2, a second rounder or a late first rounder. Because, Odell still got crazy talent. But they'll probably get a third rounder because teams ain't going to bite knowing that he's like a cancer. So they're not going to give up a 1 or 2. But you could get, like I said, maybe an early 2, early 3 for him. You got to do off with them. You got people. Let me give you some receivers they got. They got Higgins that doing all right. Jarvis Landry, of course. You got Peoples-Jones that came out of nowhere. Tight end Hooper and tight end Njoku. And not to mention Nick Chubb. you know, and the big boy, Kareem Hunt. So y'all loaded all around. Defensively, y'all getting better. Or if not, trade Odell Beckham for like a starting linebacker or starting corner that's really good and do a regular swap. You don't need Odell Beckham Jr. no more. Y'all winning without him. Y'all playing better without him. It's time to ship him off, man. And I wish I had more time. Damn, man, I had another subject. It is what it is, man. 15 quickest minutes of sports. Al York Sports. Tune in Friday for open sessions. I've been loving you guys contributing, man. I can't wait to Friday because I love intervening with you guys on posts, going back and forth. Y'all asking me terrific questions, me answering them to the best of my ability. Al York Sports, no one does it better. The king of sports, whoever ready to take me on, call me up. We'll meet up somewhere and we'll dial it up, whatever it is. That's how fucking confident I am. And we welcome in Big Mike to our show, who went 3-0 in his free picks. Salute the Big Bad Mike for coming on the Al York Sports Show and teaming up with us, man. Hold your heads. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all Friday. Al York Sports, baby.